Alright, this is the shortcut, which leads pretty close to where the library is, I think. And the library is somewhere around here. There's that. Oh, we can get this chest up here now, too. Another $2,000. Oh, I guess we can see what's up here. So we systematically work through all the unexplored sections. Oh, no, that's right. This is the Hall of Termination. No, that's the end of the game. We don't want to go there. Alright. The spikes are over here. We're kind of running out of spots to go. I guess I can see what's over here. But I guess the easiest way is to port back to town. Redoing on Waystones. Now we can power up our familiar while we're here.
Hi, Miriam. What are we transmuting this time?
I guess we can't do anything with that for now. I wonder if we've hit the max on our familiar levels using just the shards. Let's see, still the lower section of the cathedral. Let's see what's directly below. This area? Yeah. Oh, nothing here. And nothing here. Oh, the chest is directly above us. Yeah, I need to get to that section from another route, I think. Unless there's a weak section on the floor. It doesn't look like it. Okay. Can't do anything with that. Well, I guess we will head back to the nearest save point down in the right, and then we'll call it good on this recording session. What I could do is see if I'm missing anything in order to proceed. Get the feeling we're pretty close to the end of the game. But overall, we made a pretty decent amount of progress through a bunch of areas. So we will pick back up in the next session. Okay, we are back once again in another recording session for Bloodstained. Picking up where we left off with Miriam's adventures. I believe we're getting pretty close to the last couple sections of the game. I did figure out what I was missing as far as progression. And I think in order for us to get to the areas that we haven't been able to access so far, we're going to need to go back to the Dragon Towers and test out our new flipping gravity ability. According to the guide I was looking at, there's an item there that I need to pick up that's going to allow us to get through that area with the spikes. But I don't know exactly where it is, so I'll take the waypoint over to the tower and see if those last couple sections that haven't been filled in on the right tower are where we need to go. If we take the elevator across the top here and go down to the bottom, I think it's up here or here, since those are the only spots left on that side of the map that we need to fill in. As we proceed, I'll need to keep a lookout for any additional items or other types of useful things that might be helpful in the endgame. Actually, we'll take the elevator straight down, since I believe we need to be all the way at the bottom in order to be able to access the spots on the right side of the map. Normally when we head into this section, there's an item over here and we have the ability to go up towards the circular parts of the tower. But if I wonder if we can use the invert here. Yes. We're able to get all the way over here. Now, I guess if you were trying to complete the map and be thorough, you would fill in this part automatically and eventually get this particular piece of equipment. The Aegis plate. A breastplate that nullifies all damage from traps in hazardous environments. What we could do is test it here. Yeah, it keeps us from taking damage from spike hazards. But I wonder if it also nullifies the Iron Maidens. That would be an interesting test to see if we are able to just walk through them or if they no longer cause damage as just area blocking hazards. Okay. There doesn't appear to be anything on this side. Unless there's a breakable wall. Nope. Based on that, we should be done with the Dragon Towers as well. That will have completed the map on this section. Now we can port back with the elevator and see if we can hit up this particular section over here that we were blocked by before. In a bit of criticism for the game so far, the progression for the end part of the game that we need wouldn't have been something that I necessarily would have guessed that we needed to do. So I guess, like I've kind of mentioned up till this point, as we've been playing through Bloodstained, some of the more cryptic elements, while being faithful to some of the earlier Castlevanias, I think could have been fleshed out a little bit, at least as far as dropping some hints to the player. Because had I not looked it up in a walkthrough about where to find that particular piece of armor, I probably wouldn't have gotten to it as fast, since by process of elimination I would have had to go to each individual section of the map that I hadn't cleared yet and find it. And let's see, there's some sections that we haven't gotten to that are gated by keys and some miscellaneous parts of the map that just haven't been unlocked yet. What we'll do is we'll port back to the town save here with the Aegis plate, and then make our way to the right towards the entrance, and we should be able to get through that section that we stopped at before with all the spikes. We should be pretty close to the end of the game. I would expect maybe 1 or 2 zones before the final fight. And I haven't really done much reading ahead as far as what the next areas are or the next bosses. I did get spoiled on one minor thing, but it's not really going to make a difference for the playthrough, I think. Yeah, okay. We'll just continue to head to the right through the main part of the entrance and up towards the trap room. We can test out the Aegis plate on the Iron Maiden as well. I'm kind of curious to see if that does anything. And this particular section, I think, even though there's no physical ceiling, if we use the invert ability, it'll just drop us straight back down, and it'll essentially reset the screen. Looks like anywhere you do that that doesn't have a bounded ceiling just dumps you back onto the map. Okay, I think the spike area is over here. I'm assuming we'll circle back through this section later from maybe the top. Oh no, this is the part I was thinking of. The other part to the right, I think we'll have to circle around probably from here. Okay. The Aegis plate keeps us from taking damage, but we still have to use the giant hand in order to move the Iron Maiden. Okay, we came up in this section before, and then we had to turn around because we had no way to get up here. Oh, that's another one. Alright. We have another loading door to a zone. And we'll just fill the map out here. Let's see what we've got over here. Another backer portrait. And this looks like a completely new zone. The Oriental Sorcery Lab. Interesting sort of Japanese garden looking area with kind of a Asian Japanese inspired background track. Got money. Well, look who it is.